Okay, we're in section 5.5, the homework, problem number 1. It says a coin collection contains nickels, dimes, and quarters. There are twice as many dimes as quarters and 5 more nickels and dimes. The total value of all the coins is $4.10. How many quarters are in the collection? So I'm going to go to the whiteboard, and what I do know is there's a collection of coins, nickels, dimes, and quarters. So I'm gonna say, the number of nickels and the number of dimes. Let me write this down first. Nickels. This is the number of dimes. And that is, I'm saying 1 dime, 2 dime, 3 dime, 1 nickel, 2 nickel, 3 nickel, so forth and on. And then this is going to be the number of quarters. I want to point out, their question in the end is how many quarters are in the collection, right? So that I do know their question. Right, you go back and read it. It says collection of coins, nickels, dimes, and quarters. I have that. There are twice as many dimes as quarters. So I'm going to say the number of quarters is the letter Q. So Q represents the number of quarters. So Q could be 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarter, so forth and so on. It goes on to say there are twice as many dimes as quarters. So it's going to be 2Q. Right, 2Q. There are twice as many dimes as quarters and 5 more nickels than dimes. So how many dimes are there? There's 2Q. All right, and this is important. You're able to write down, again, this is problem number 1, what they said about the coins. And again, Q is the number of quarters, 2Q is the number of dimes, 2Q plus 5 is the number of nickels. Now they go on to say there's $4.10. Let me write that down for you. And where does this come from? Well, certainly from the nickels. So there's 2Q plus 5. And what's a nickel worth? 5 cents. Plus, there's 2Q dimes. And what's a dime worth? It's worth 10 cents. And then there's Q quarters. What is a quarter worth? 25 cents. So it's going to be Q times 0.25. Now, certainly, if you're using a calculator, you do what you want to do, but I'm going to multiply both sides by 100. Right now, for some students, they say, why would you do that? You don't have to. I'm going to multiply both sides by 100. So if I do that, the right side, I get 410. Now, the point of that is to make it integer. I don't have a decimal anymore. And to do this 100 business, what I mean by that, I'm actually doing 100 times these decimal numbers over here. I'm going to write that down carefully now. So what are you going to get? 2Q plus 5, and that's going to be, let's see, it's going to be 5 now, plus 2Q, and then that's going to be 10, plus Q, and that's going to be 25. I'm going to simplify a little bit. That's 10Q plus 25 plus 20Q plus 25Q equals 410. Let's add it together. You get 10, 20 is 30, and 25 is 55Q. Plus 25 equals 410. I'm going to do now, subtract 25 from both sides. Get 55Q equals 85. So what are we going to do now? We're going to divide both sides by the variable's numerical coefficient. Sorry about the noise. It's just a problem of living in Newark, New Jersey. What do you get over here? Q. And let's see, 7. And why is that? 7 times 55 is 350 and 35, which is 385. We're expecting to get an integer, by the way. So you go back up here, and I know there's 7 quarters now. All right? How many dimes are there? There's 14 dimes. How many nickels are there? Well, let's figure it out. 2 times 7 is 14, and 14 plus 5 is 19. Now, this is the number of. All All right. Now, what does this translate to in money? I want to write that down for you. We'll get back to answering the question in a moment. But 7 quarters would be, let's see, that's $1.75, right? And 14 dimes is going to be $1.40. And let's see, that's going to be 95, right? Let's add it all together. And 5 and 5 is 10. 9, 10, let's see, 17, 21. And you get 4. How much money you have altogether? 410. What did they say they had? 410. What was their question, though? How many quarters? The answer is going to be 7. Thank you.